I'm Dr. Kay Fontana, spiritual grief and sound healing practitioner and founder of Healing Our Grieving Hearts. For 6 sacred years, I walked beside my husband as his caregiver after his cancer diagnosis until his passing in January 2023. His death, following 40 years of love, was the most profound loss of my life. I've faced many kinds of losses, from family members to beloved pets, and through it all, I've come to understand grief not only as sorrow, but as a sacred passage. My mission now is to help you move through the darkness with grace, to honor your own process, and to remind you that healing is possible, even if your heart is broken wide open. You are not alone. This is the Healing Our Grieving Hearts podcast. Today we're going to explore reclaiming joy through small acts of self-care. Not in grand, far-reaching ways, but through the smallest acts of self-care. Those little choices that whisper, "You still matter." I want to begin by saying this: self-care is not selfish. Especially in grief, self-care is sacred. It's a way of nurturing the spirit that is still here, the part of you that's learning to carry both love and loss. If you've ever been in deep waters of grief, you know how strange joy can feel. For many of us, it's not just distant, it feels almost out of bounds. There's this unspoken belief that if we laugh, if we smile, if we feel lightness again, somehow it dishonors the person we've lost. But here's what I've learned. Joy is not the absence of grief. It's not replacing what we've lost or pretending it doesn't matter. Joy is the soft reminder that life is still moving through us, that we are still connected to beauty, to love, to moments that make the heart lift, even if just for a breath. I think of grief and joy like two rivers that sometimes run parallel, sometimes merge. They are not opposites. They can flow together. In fact, feeling joy while grieving can be a profound way of honoring our loved ones. It says, "Your love still inspires me to live fully." These days, when I'm outside with Dojo in the morning, the geese often pass overhead in perfect formation. Sometimes it's just one or two, but no matter how many are flying overhead, the sound of their honking brings me such tremendous joy. The air is very warm now, but sometimes a gentle breeze stirs, cooling me a bit and rustling the leaves. In those moments, I feel a small, welcome lightness. It doesn't take away my grief, but it reminds me that beauty is still here and that my heart is still capable of receiving it. When we think about getting better or moving forward, it can feel like a monumental task, too much to take on when grief already feels like a full-time job. That's why small acts of self-care can be such a lifeline. Small acts don't require us to summon huge amounts of energy. They don't demand that we be ready for anything. They simply ask for a few moments of our attention and a willingness to show ourselves a bit of kindness. It might be as simple as lighting a candle and watching the flame, playing a song that soothes your heart, standing barefoot in the grass, feeling the earth beneath you, drinking a glass of water slowly, savoring it as a gift to your body, writing one sentence in a journal about something you noticed today. These acts may seem small, but they carry a powerful message. You are still here and you matter. From a healing perspective, they help regulate our nervous system, signaling safety and calm. From a spiritual perspective, they create openings, little portals where spirit can meet us, whisper to us, and remind us we are not alone. Self-care at its core is not just about tending to the body. It's a way of caring for your spirit and your emotional well-being. When we're grieving, the simplest acts of care can feel like whispers to the soul. I am still here. I am still worthy of love. Spiritually, small acts of self-care create openings, little pockets of stillness where we can hear the gentle nudges of the divine. These are moments when our grief feels held, not fixed, and when we might sense the quiet presence of those we love on the other side. Maybe it's a soft breeze when you needed comfort, or a song that plays just at the right time. Emotionally, these acts help shift us from survival mode to a place of gentle receptivity. They can regulate the nervous system, slow our breathing, and bring us back into the present moment, even if only for a few seconds. Over time, these moments string together, becoming a bridge that carries us toward a deeper sense of peace. Let's pause for a short reflection together. If you can, close your eyes and take a slow breath in and let it out gently. Picture one small loving act you could offer yourself today. It might be brewing a cup of tea and holding it with both hands, feeling its warmth seep into your palms. Or maybe it's sitting by a window and letting the sunlight rest on your face. It may be curling up to a good book with your pet by your side. See yourself doing it. Notice how your body feels. Imagine the comfort and peace it brings. When we turn small acts of self-care into gentle rituals, they become anchors, little touchstones that we can return to no matter how our day unfolds. Rituals don't have to be elaborate or time-consuming. They simply need to be intentional. You might decide that every morning you'll light a candle before you sip your coffee, taking a moment to set an intention for your day. Or maybe you'll place a flower in a small vase and let its color remind you that beauty is still part of your life. Perhaps you'll take 3 mindful breaths before you step outside, inviting yourself to notice the air, the sounds, and the light around you. The key is to keep these rituals pressure-free. If you miss a day, there's no judgment, only the invitation to return whenever you're ready. Over time, these acts can become quiet companions, helping you feel more rooted and present. Here are 2 journaling prompts to support you. 1. What small act brings me comfort today? 2. How do I feel before and after I do it? These reflections can deepen your awareness of how simple moments nurture your heart and remind you that joy, even in grief, is always within reach. As we come to the end of our time together today, I want to remind you this. Joy and grief are not enemies. They can sit at the same table, share the same heart, and even hold hands. Your joy does not erase your love, and it certainly does not erase your loss. It's simply a way of letting life keep moving through you, a way of honoring the love you carry. Small acts of self-care are not about fixing anything. They are gentle acknowledgments that you matter right here, right now. Each act is like placing a small stone on the path ahead. One you can step on when you're ready, helping you move forward without rushing. If you do one thing after listening today, I invite you to choose a single act of care for yourself. Just one. It might be lighting that candle, taking those 3 mindful breaths, or stepping outside for a moment of quiet. Do it without expectation. Simply notice how you feel before and after. Let's close together with an affirmation. You can say it out loud or silently in your heart. With each small act of love toward myself, I open the door to joy. And maybe, just maybe, those small moments will begin to weave a new pattern in your day, one where joy and grief walk side by side, and your heart can rest in the knowledge that it is still capable of beauty. If this episode speaks to your heart, please share it with someone who could benefit from it. The mission of Healing Our Grieving Hearts is to support women who are navigating life after the loss of a spouse or soulmate, and those who are tenderly companioning their husbands through illness. Through spiritual support, sound and vibration therapies, and reflective practices, I help women find meaning, healing, and renewed purpose. For free resources, including tips on coping with grief and rediscovering joy, visit purpose.healingourgrievinghearts.com. And to connect with me on Facebook, you'll find me at facebook.com/k.fontana. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Healing Our Grieving Hearts podcast. Remember, you are not alone in your grief, and your experiences and emotions are valid. Join me next Saturday at 10 a.m. Arizona time as we continue to explore the human experience and finding your light in the shadows, balancing grief and daily life. Until next time, may your grief be held in compassion and your heart be held in light.